everyone. I am Jonna Flores Villarido, an alumna of Benedictine Institute of Learning. I graduated class valedictorian from the Senior High School of BAL in 2018 and cum laude of BS Occupational Therapy from the University of the Philippines, Manila in 2022. Recently, I became top 8 of the November 2022 Occupational Therapy Licensure exam. To take up the STEM strand in Benedictine because I was already inclined to study science and health from a very young age, and my parents and I were very confident in the education provided by Benedictine. From my parents' point of view, Benedictine offered a safe learning environment, and the educational policies and learning competencies were always aligned with the objectives of the Department of Education. And personally, coming from the first batch of K-12, I was confident in Benedictine because I really have witnessed their preparations done from the school by the school administrators down to the teachers and to the facilities, and I was just very confident with my teachers because I was already their student for 2 years at that time, and they were really competent and passionate. Occupational therapy because I was sure that I had excellent background in biology and physical science thanks to Benedictine. However, I would say that it was not just the STEM strand that truly made me decide to pursue occupational therapy, but the whole experience of being a Benedictine student. In Benedictine, we were regularly exposed to various causes that developed our core values such as goal-driven and socially responsible. With this, Benedictine helped me realize that I could use my knowledge in science to primarily help the sick and the persons with disabilities. To practice good time management, especially because there were a lot of materials to study, and I made sure to keep myself healthy during the 5-month review. But above all, and what I think helped me the most, was mentally envisioning myself every day as having that OT license and finally being able to treat children with disabilities, which has always been my dream. At first, I wanted to be top 10 talaga at first. Pero as the review goes on, I wasn't really confident, sir. Tapos, during the, parang weeks before the exam, I only wanted to pass. And then, nung lumabas po yung results, yung friend group ko po, nag-usap-usap kami na, hindi po muna kami magcha-chat. Tapos ang una po naming titignan sa page is that yung top performing school. Because if top performing school na po, kung 100% na po yung UP Manila, then that would mean pasado na po kami lahat. Kasi ganun po kami kabado na hindi kami pumasa. So, nung nakita na po namin na 100%, I then looked at yung passers list po. Tapos tinignan ko po yung sarili ko. Nakita ko naman po. Tapos umiyak na po ako. And then, wala na po akong plan na tignan pa yung top notchers list. Kasi sabi ko, suntok sa buwan talaga na mag-top pa. And then, sir, pero sabi ko na lang, sige, I will just look at this para masabi ko sa mga classmates ko if they top, ganun. Tapos sir, nakita ko yung pangalan ko. So umiyak ako lalo. Nagtalunan kami sa bahay pero umiiyak kami. To those who wish to study at Benedictine, I want you to think about what your best self would look like and what he or she does. And when you do that, make that your inspiration and your guide in deciding for your path. Take also the opportunity to join extracurricular activities because they will help you discover yourself and enrich your abilities.
napakahalaga ng political socialization class kasi through political socialization, mas naiaayos natin yung sistema ng gobyerno. Mas naiaayos natin ang pamamalakad ng ating gobyerno. Tandaan natin na ang katangian ng isang demokratikong estado ay ang pagkakaroon ng aktibong mamamayan. Ang mga aktibong mamamayan na ito ay yung mga mulat sa mga isyong politikal at kumikilos ito para sa kapakanan ng bansa. Hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na community engagement lang lagi ang pagkilos, no? Ang pagsasalita at yung pagsasabi kung ano ang mali sa ating gobyerno publicly para marinig nila at makiisa sila na may mali nga sa gobyerno ay isang pagtulong din sa ating bansa para maiayos yung pamamahala sa atin. Okay? Sa Pilipinas, inaasahan na sa ating mga Pilipino ay makikilahok tayo sa mga gawaing politikal. Katulad ng pagpapatatag ng ating pamahalaan at yung pagsusulong ng kaunlaran. So ito, nagagawa natin to through what? Through words of mouth, 'di ba? Through critical protests. Nagagawa natin to through sharing information kung ano ba talaga ang nangyayari sa ating pamahalaan. So hindi lang laging gawaing pansibiko, 'di ba? Kundi nag-i-initiate ka rin na dapat gawin naman din to ng government kasi hindi nila marahil hindi nila nakikita kung ano yung kanilang mga hindi nako-consider na mga bagay o hindi nila nako-consider na mga sektor.
Calabarzon March is the best example of nationalistic music in context. Anyway, there are three aspects of music appreciation. First one is the form, the context, and the expressions. Since we are talking about the contemporary, we can combine classical elements into a modern musical ideas by transcribing it into a modern genre as well in context and expression. So the best example of this combination is the Fifth Symphony of Beethoven, transcribed into rock music, performed by Migs Haleko at Talentading Pinoy.
Gliding his fast fingers on his guitar, please welcome Miguel Haleko or simply Migs!
Natin yung mga impormasyon na nakalahad dito sa ating screen. Okay? Kung kayo po ba ang makakabasa ng mga impormasyon na inilahad ni Alma Dayag, no? Sa mga aklat na pinagyamang pluma, maniniwala po ba kayo sa mga konsepto, sa mga kaalaman na may kaugnayan sa Filipino o iba pang akademikong gawain? Maniniwala ba kayo sa kanya? Pagtitiwalaan niyo ba yung kanyang mga ideya? Tumatango si Leia, bakit ka maniniwala doon sa mga ibinabahagi niyang kaalaman?
Kasi yung pagkakasulat ng bylaw niya, basically, parang hindi siya yung nagsulat nun. Kasi nga ang gamit kay third person. So possible na yung nagsulat ng bylaw niya ay nag-research talaga tungkol sa kanya.
100% compliance for the activity. Going back to this, so we are going to make use of this conceptual framework, this paradigm, for us to be able to have the review of what we discussed last week. Okay. Leia, will you please try to identify one variable in this particular paradigm and then tell us its kind? Again, we said that we use boxes for the variables. Kindly identify one variable, Leia, and what is its kind?
We have the teacher's emotional quotient. It goes, and the other variable is the teacher's teaching effectiveness. I think teacher's emotional quotient is said to be the independent variable.
Okay, thank you. That's correct, Leia. The teacher's emotional quotient is one variable in this particular study, and that is independent variable. That is the variable that you are manipulating so that you would know if it would have an effect with any other variable. Okay, teacher's emotional quotient. If you just notice these four things under the first variable, under the variable that Leia mentioned, we have emotional literacy, emotional competencies, emotional values and beliefs, and emotional outcomes. These things are the predictors of teachers' emotional quotient. And these actually set the scope and limitation of the study. And that was the topic that we discussed 2 weeks ago. I do hope you still remember that. Okay.
Compounds. So take note, as mentioned here, carbon-containing compounds. So in all. Pero meron tayong misconception. Kung mapapansin nyo sa some references, ang focus lang ng organic chemistry is carbon, clarification. Hindi siya pwedeng tawagin as organic chemistry if the substance is made of carbon alone. It contains carbon with other compounds. Okay? Liwanag? Sige. For example, diamond. Let's say we have diamond. Chemical formula ng diamond is C8. So pure carbon siya. So kasama ba siya sa organic chemistry? Definitely no. Dapat may kasama siyang ibang especially hydrogen. Kung ano man yung kasama niya, okay, doon siya under ng organic chemistry. So saan siya kasama? Inorganic chemistry yun. Pag pure carbon. Okay? Now,
From Jose Rizal's Noli and El Fili, the atmosphere has never changed. Social classes had been a prevalent matter in the Philippine context, and the roster of poetry and prose written here are strong evidences to that. Today, we are going to listen to a very familiar piece that represents who really the masses are, and will give you a fresh perspective to who we should really represent and lock our eyes upon. In this particular rendition of the popular song, we're going to take a closer look on the words and listen to it as performance poetry. This piece was performed by Baron Geister for Rapper in line with the latter's contribution in the observance and celebration of Buwan ng Wika, or National Language Month, in 2016. But before we dive in, let us know the band that popularized this song. Para sa Masa is a song by the Eraserheads from their 5th studio album, Sticker Happy. Released as a single, it was written by frontman Eli Buendia as a response to the critical reception of their previous album, Fruitcake. When it comes to popular culture, it is already a knee-jerk reaction to include the name Eraserheads in the long list of pop culture references. This 4-piece band, namely Eli Buendia, Raymond Marasigan, Buddy Zabala, and Marcos Adoro, hit the airwaves with songs that caught the hearts of people and puzzled critical minds with the meanings behind their most popular songs.
At Benedictine, respect is an all-access key to make friends, gain wisdom, and develop lasting relationships among your peers and also teachers and other school personnel. Courtesy is a free gift we share to everyone.
At Benedictine, we value respect towards everyone, regardless of age or profession. Courtesy doesn't cost a single centavo, but we consider it here a precious commodity.
Nice shot right there, JJ. You had great conditioning for this week's training. You must be training so hard.
Yeah, Coach Benji has been so consistently in giving us rigid training. We should be able to give our best in every game because that's how Benedictine consistently trains us.
Yeah. I agree. That's the Benedictine Golden Cub spirit. Let's go back to training. Ready? Golden Cubs!
One, two, three, Golden
Cubs!
As the home of academic and sports champions, Benedictine instills consistent discipline to every Benedictinian in whatever endeavors they would like to immerse to. This is our special weapon to excel in many things.